Hey guys, welcome back. Today we're taking a look at a song called Babel by Mumford and Sons. This is one of my favorites to play. It's not too difficult once you get the finger placement down, once you know where you're going. But what we've done is we've tuned the guitar down to open D. And if you don't know, if you're unfamiliar with open D, what that means is we've taken the low E string here, tuned that down to a D. A string stays at A. The D string stays at D. The G string we've tuned down to F sharp, the B string down to A, and the high E string down to D as well, giving us a nice open D chord. We don't need to put our fingers on the frets at all. We can get ourselves a nice chord here. It's one of the good things about open chords. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to play through the first minute or two of the song just to kind of give you an idea of what we're learning today, and then I will take you through step by step. Here we go. Alright, so let's take a look at the chords we're going to be using. Our first chord, we have our middle finger on the 9th fret of the low E string and our index finger on the 8th fret of the G string. And you want to kind of let this middle finger here block, just kind of lean on this A string here because we don't need that note. Okay, we just need... So I'm blocking this A note here, okay? And our strumming pattern is a little something like this. Okay, so. All right, so it goes like this. Then we come down to the 5th fret here. This is the second chord, and we have our index finger on the 5th fret of the E string, middle finger on the 5th fret of the G string. And again, we are blocking this A. Don't need this note. Okay? So, ready? Now I want you to take a look at these finger placements because we're going to be using the same finger placement in a few different spots. We have the one we started with where we got the middle finger and the index finger offset on different frets. And we got the one we just did where our fingers are on the same frets. Because we're going to be using these in different spots. We're going to be sliding up, changing these around a little bit. Okay, so just keep in mind, you're only going to be using these two fingers for the majority of the song. Okay, just keep that in mind. That's going to make it a lot easier. But after we come down to the 5th, let's pick up where we were. We go... So what we're doing here, we have our index finger on the 3rd fret of the G string. Everything else is open. But what we want to concentrate on is these lower 4 strings because we really want to let that melody that we're playing ring out. It's okay to hit the low notes here as well, but you just want to make sure you're hitting these high notes. What we're doing is we're starting on the 3rd fret, we're hammering onto the 5th fret with our ring finger here. Okay? go third, hammer onto the fifth, back to the third, and then fifth, third, first. Okay, all on the G string. I like to do, after I do the first round, we go slide up, back up to the third. Okay? So after we do that twice, we're going to transition back to the verse, but it's going to go like this. Ready? So we're back to that first chord we learned. Okay, so we did the first chord again. Same thing, just like the intro. Back down to the fifth. Okay? And then again, repeat this. Now, before we transition into the next part, after we do the verse twice, to do one of those. So instead of, excuse me. Okay, because this next part we're going to start on the 5th fret. So when I'm transitioning, I like to end like that. Okay? Now this next part, same chord on the 5th fret that we've been using. First finger, 5th fret of the low E string, middle finger, 5th fret of the G string. And we're going to do slide up to the 7th fret, exact same finger positioning. Okay? Next chord is the first chord we learned. Okay, so it's like this. Okay? Next chord is the same finger positioning we just used on the 5th and 7th frets, except on the 12th fret now. Okay, so it's going to go like this. Now this one, this is the same finger placement we used on the first chord. Okay, except we've slid it up 2 frets, and now we have the middle finger on the 11th fret of the E string and the index finger on the 10th fret of the G string. Okay, so it's going to go like this. Then we repeat the verse again. We do that 4 times this time, okay? 4 times. Now, after we get to our 4th round here, let's say this is our 4th time playing it through. We do this transition again. Ready? Now back to the 5th fret, and you want to just let it really ring out. This 5th fret chord we've been using, same one, let it ring out, and then kind of slowly hit these strings. Okay, so we're doing and transition to open. Okay, so it's like this. Hold on, I'll start from the verse. I did there, it's a little hammer on from open onto the first fret of the G string. Okay, so you can strum it while you can strum everything while it's open. You don't have to hit this G string directly. You can just kind of. It's a nice little transition there. So you do. Okay, so after we do this part twice, we're gonna come up from here, ready? Like this, up to the 12th fret. Exact same chords we used earlier, except now we're coming down from the 12th, like this, ready? Down to the 11th and the 10th, and then the 9th and the 8th. Okay, so. Alright, so we're going from the 12th, the 11th to the 9th. Let the 9th ring out one more time, and then 7th, 5th, open. Okay, so. Tear them down. Well, I'm gonna tear them down. Okay. All right, great. So now that we have the tools that we need, let's take everything we just learned and put them all together. Here we go. So that's it right there. That is Babel by Mumford & Sons. Thank you guys so much for joining me. As always, my name is Patrick. I appreciate it. If you did learn something from this video, please leave a like. It helps me out a lot. Do subscribe to my channel and share if you want to support me making more content. You guys are the best. Have a good one.